On my mama, I get lit. If Wu say he dead, then I know his ass is hit. Chopper 22 with an extra long clip.
This is the meeting for the 21st of April, Tuesday. I have some notes here that I was working on. Basically, my mom suggested to me that I make like a YouTube video. I start making YouTube videos for like the rest of the school year for a meditation club. And I was like, Mom, we only have like 15 members. Like, it's really worth all that work. And like, I started thinking of it like negatively. I was like, oh, like, if I make this video, it's more like a lot of people are watching me, and like I'd rather like interact with them and like say hi to them and stuff like that. And like, I don't know, it just seems kind of dumb, like almost like I have my own TV show or something. But I figured like it's strange times, like might as well like adapt to the strange times and like go ahead and make a video, like just in case you guys wanted to hear from me. If you don't want to hear from me, skip to the end, skip to the meditation. I'll leave a timestamp. I don't care. I won't even know. Like, go for it. But as usual, we like start off with a little bit of a message. So I wrote a little something here. Okay. So like I've been thinking a lot. Like I'm sure everybody's been thinking a lot. Like, just kind of vibing like late at night, staring at the ceiling and like thinking. And like something I thought about is like life is not really a race. Like we tend to think of everything as like winners and losers, and like, but like it's not that. Those are just ideas that like humans have come up with. And in the past, like I've kind of treated meditation and meditation club like it was like some kind of a skill or like a sport, like an ability. Like I'm the best meditator. Like you all will start to meditate and hopefully you'll get as good at meditating as me, or like hopefully I can get as good as meditating at this person, stuff like that. But like all it really is it's just self-care. Like there's no winners and losers in self-care, and the fact alone that you're participating in self-care, peace of mind, whatever you hope to achieve, that's like a beautiful thing. That's a good thing by itself. Like I don't need to make that into a competition. So I don't know, I just want to open up with that. So really, a message that I have during this time is that even if you think you're off path, unaligned with your values or whatever right now, it's okay. Like as long as you come to awareness and you catch yourself, that's the first step, and that's like the biggest step. Like it's like an addiction. Like if you think you're addicted to something, that's the first step to like progress in your life. And like by awareness, what I mean is that like what thoughts, emotions, feelings, actions caused this to happen to me? Like what put me in this slump? How was I thinking that got me into this slump? How was I acting? What was I doing that got me into this slump? Or if you're doing really good, you're like, what did I do to get here? And what is the message or lesson that this is gifting me with? So like what message can I gain from this experience? You know what I mean? Like what's the point of like not doing good if you're not gonna learn from it? You know what I mean? But like it's all a part of life. Every step is a part of life. And there's this thing called amor fati, which means remember fate, love fate, not remember fate. But it's like no matter what's going on, it's a part of like this whole life. Like it's gonna make you into who you are. It's all like a part of this grand scheme. You know what I mean? So I also want to start doing this thing called like philosophy talk. Philosophy for this one is going to be Stoicism. Like if you don't know what that is, you'll find out as the weeks go far forward, because we have like 5 weeks left of school, and if I even make videos for all 5 weeks. And so the guy who we're going to be talking about this week, who is a Stoic philosopher, is Epictetus, and he lived from AD 50 to 135 AD. And he was a slave in Greece, and he grew passionate for philosophy, and with permission he was allowed to study it. And then in 68 AD he was freed when Emperor Nero died of Rome, and he began studying philosophy harder, and he even began teaching his philosophies. And then in 9030 AD a new emperor came and exiled all philosophers from Rome, and he moved to Greece and he opened up a school of philosophy where he taught his philosophies. And he doesn't have any kind of written text or anything that he actually wrote down, but his discourses were transcribed by his students, and he had like a bunch of students, so his writings are all like, they exist. Stop. So he had 3 big messages, and like anything, question it. You don't have to just believe everything this old guy says just because he's old and like, whatever. But personally, I think he's pretty brilliant, but I wish that he touched more about like love and transcendence, stuff like that. Like instead he really talks about like the self, like building up the self, and like not about the importance of love and like caring for others, stuff like that. But I don't know, that's just my take on it. But he says, remember what's in your control. These are the 3 things. Remember what's in your control. This is a quote. The chief task in life is simply this: to identify and separate matters so that I can say clearly to myself which are externals not under my control and which have to do with the choices that I actually control. Where then do I look for good and evil? Not to the uncontrollable externals, but within myself, to the choices that are my own. And I think that that quote is especially relevant during like this whole time of like the COVID, because like what can we control? Like, can we like stop the corona? Like, do we have a cure for the corona? No. But how? What we can like? We can keep ourselves safe, and we can keep ourselves calm. We can do things to make ourselves calm, make ourselves, feel secure, make ourselves know that everything's gonna be okay, even if it's not like that's something we can control. There's a lot going on that we can't control, like stores closing. We have no impact over that. And another one is set the standard. He says, don't explain your philosophy, instead embody it. And another one is give yourself a character and live up to it. So he says, first, say to yourself what you would be, and then do what you have to do. Again, he says to give yourself a character. Like, this is something that's pretty difficult, honestly, like if you really think about it. It's say to yourself what you would be, and then do what you have to do. Like, he makes it sound so simple, but like, let's say I want to be like a musician. Like, I'm a musician, and I start doing what I have to do to become a musician. There's gonna be all kinds of struggles and things. Like, but the message here is there's a lot that we can't control. What we can control is ourselves. So we need to set in principle who we want to be and move forward to get there. So he talks a lot about self-discipline. And who am I to be teaching about self-discipline? Like, I often I'm running around doing whatever I want. Like, I wouldn't consider myself the most self-disciplined guy. Like, I am gonna abstain from like meat and stuff. Like, I'm not that type of person. But I think that we have a lot of time here until summer and through summer, and I think that we all can get better in certain ways. And self-discipline is really a part of self-help, how did I say it before, self-care. Like, I think that's a big aspect, and I think we can all work on that together. And we now have a lot of time on our hands, and it's just a small part of this long life that we hope to live. So like I said earlier, don't stress if you feel off balance. You're exactly where you need to be. Like, don't stress if you feel off balance. You're exactly where you need to be right now. So just keep practicing awareness, because we're gonna get through this. Just let it be. One thing that we can definitely control in this spirit of self-discipline is how we treat others in this time of like stress and anxiety and a lot of fear. I think fear is a huge problem in the world. That's why a lot of people don't do what they want to do, things like that. And right now this is a time of just overall fear. You turn on the news, everything. It's just like a lot of people are filled with fear right now. And something that we can make sure to follow is the golden rule. So what we want others to think of us, let's try and think of them. What we want others to say about us, let's try and say about them. And how we want others to act to us, let's try and act towards them. Okay, it's about time that we go into meditation now. So once again, I appreciate all of you and your honesty and your constructive criticism, and anything you have for this video, I will try my best to accept it with open arms. Honesty, constructive criticism, anything you can do to help me out, I'll accept it, as long as you're not like, oh, Oliver, I hate you, that video was gay. You don't have to say that. What am I gonna do about that, bro? I'm just trying to help out the people here. And okay, time to begin meditation. So sit down or lie down in bed if you're not already sitting or lying down. As you inhale with each breath, try and feel yourself breathing in love, breathing in peace. And with each exhale, just try and visualize yourself releasing tension and relaxing your body completely to a state of complete body relaxation. Your whole body, nothing is tense. Make sure that you start off with some deep, really focused, really deep breaths. As you begin to feel more and more calm, you can go ahead and return to normal breathing. Just try and keep focusing on your breath. When you think, I want you to catch yourself. This is practicing awareness. No judgment, no hate, no anger. You just go back to your breath. It's all a part of the process. Inhale love, breathe in peace. Exhale, let your body relax, let out tension, let out all negative energy. This is all a part of the process. I want you to enjoy these next 10 minutes. And I'm sending love. I hope you all know you're safe. Bless up.